Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Two Dum Yinzers. This is episode 208. We are back for our 208th installment. Michael, what's up, my man?
Little down in the dumps today, but I'm sure we will get into that at some point today.
Oh, I hope you're okay. I imagine that you'll be fine, but we will. We'll certainly move on. And yeah, we had. I don't know. I don't know where I want to tackle this. Do we want to get it out of the way?
Just get it out of the way.
All right. Well, if you're tuning in now, you can probably notice to my over here on my right hand side, you'll notice that my dummy, the one that Mike bet against last week, because he was having a bad run at the betting on the picks in the NFL, so we decided to let him literally square off and bet against my dummy. So what happened was Mike made his picks. He took a look at every team. He said, okay, this is who I want. So basically what the dummy did was just took the lesser of the good teams. And what Mike called a long shot, the long shot teams, that's who the dummy took. Now, this could have went a lot of different ways. It really could have, because there was 10 different games that were bet on. 10 different games, all but two this weekend. 10 different games. So as long as Mike wins 5 games plus the tiebreaker or 6 games or more, he automatically wins, and he will be wearing the crown and being the champion for the week for the picks.
Mm-hmm.
But heavy is the head that wears the crown over here to my side. Now, what happened was this. Let me kind of break it down. That way you understand and see the true value in the comedy in this. So it came down, Mike, when the football games were over at 7:00 on Sunday. The NFL football games completed at right around 7. Mike had the lead 5-3.
Mm-hmm.
It was in control. 2 games left.
In control.
In total control. And mind you, the 2 games that were left were the Dolphins, which they played
the Chargers.
So you figure, the Dolphins are a lot better team. They're playing a lot better football this year. The Chargers have been doing nothing but a bunch of messing up. So the dummy took the Chargers and Mike took the Dolphins. And then the other game was the Patriots and the Cardinals. Mike took the Cardinals, which was the last night's game. So here's how it had to play out. If the Dolphins lose, which they did, that turned it to 5 games to 4.
Fuck you, Tua.
5-4. So that leaves 1 game left. It comes down to the very last game, which was last night against the Pats and the Cardinals. Mike had the Cardinals. Now you think, all right, well, maybe just the Pats might be, if they win. But Mike, he also had the chance to win the tiebreaker, so he was ahead of the game and a half.
Mm-hmm.
But much to Mike's dismay, the Patriots win 27-13, where they cover the points, and Mike was over on his points by 5 points. They scored 40 points. He had picked 45, and the dummy, of course, picked 32. And so as the game was ending, but here's the thing, if either one of these teams would have scored another touchdown, Mike would have won. That's what it would have come down to. It doesn't matter who would have won the football game. The Cardinals would have won. He would have won outright. If the Patriots would have won, they would have scored at least 5 more points. Mike would have taken the crown finally after this long, painful drought. But instead, Mike loses this week's bet. I don't even understand how.
Bullshit. Fucking Brewster's motherfucking Millions. All long shots. You're banned from the track,
dude.
All I can think of.
I've never seen the picks,
and then as it happened,
it's fascinating. Your luck here, because everything that would have had to happen for you to lose happened. And they were all
in the most
long
heart-wrenching
shots.
fashion. I would have lost every single pick.
What was that?
I would have rather have lost every single game than lose the way I lost. This is depressing. Depressing.
And like I said, this is pretty impressing. Not only depressing, it's very impressing, impressive, I guess you will. But this is in my opinion, you would almost have to try to pull off what you did, and you did it. You literally lost to an inanimate object, and because of that, he is the king this week. Neither Mike or myself is the king, and my dummy will, I'm sure, wear this crown everywhere he goes. That's all he talks about. But like I said, Mike, I've never
Throwing
seen
that dummy away.
Mike. I've never. I couldn't even imagine this was going to happen. We joked last week, and I said, "Man, if you lose now, what are we going to do? We really, there's no further plans or things that we could do."
Oh, we're riding this shit out. We're playing the rest of the season. I am not a quitter.
Yeah, no, we hope you do, and I just hope that the dummy doesn't keep winning. But the like I said, the string of bad luck that Mike achieved in this feat it's really impressive if you think about it. He takes all the favorites, dummy takes all the underdogs, and all the way down to the very last moment of the game. And like I said, somebody could have picked up a fumble and ran it in for a touchdown. I mean, that happens. It happened in the Dolphins game. Tyreek Hill picks up a fumble, runs. I mean, NFL late night games, people start to get tired. They want to get off the field. But it did not happen that way for Mike, unfortunately. So that is what you're gonna notice this for at least the next few days until we get next week's picks decided. But there you have your new king of the NFL picks, king of week 14, Mike. There you have it. Take a look, see what you're gonna be playing for next time. Maybe against a human, maybe not. Now go ahead.
No, I'm gonna reach out to proud member of Dum Yinzers Jr., our staff, the one staff member there, and I'm gonna have him hide that crown on Thomas a game.
And Mike, wait a minute.
And to hide the dummy head too.
Well,
he might not go.
So did the dummy? Which one was the dummy in this bet? I'm thinking now, because the dummy actually beat you. So wouldn't that make? I don't know. Did any? Oh, wait a minute. What is this? I'm getting something in my ear. Yes. Yes. Oh, okay. Yeah, bring him in. Okay, so apparently we have a guest here today. We have a guest who wants to take you on next week, Mike, in the picks. It is another inanimate object. It is a piece of cheese. Mike, do you accept the challenge for this piece of cheese for next week? It would come down. It would come down to next week. It would come down to Mike, the dummy, and a piece of cheese if he accepts this challenge, because this piece of cheese is very interested. He heard the news. What happened?
I am ready to face this piece of cheese.
There you have one more time, Mike. There's your next week's challenge. There you go.
I am dying. Fuck you.
So there we have it, everybody. The cheese is in. I might just bet on who's going to win this. I don't know if I'm going to get involved in the picks. I just might want to bet to see who I believe is going to win out of the cheese, Mike or the dummy, or vice versa. However you might decipher that now. Mike, also, I did get a suggestion.
I'm so delirious right now. It's the greatest thing I've ever. That smiley face. That wasn't drawn from the psych ward at all.
He is ready to win. He has the look on his face.
He looks ready to win. A happy piece of cheese, man. I feel bad winning.
If you were just tuning in now, a few minutes late, we are finally talking about who won the bets over the weekend. And you see over here in the corner, excuse me, my dummy is wearing the crown. Mike is depressed. He's got all the depressing colors going on in the background. I'm about to just stop talking about this for the week, because I can see how much it's bringing Mike down. But Mike, one more thing. A fan, listener of the show, contacted me, and they said, "Well, what an adamant object? I mean, what is there that has more bad luck than Mike? I mean, this is crazy." I was listening to the show, and I couldn't believe that he lost to a dummy. So he had said do this challenge for you. I have a challenge from the viewers, Mike. Are you ready?
Okay,
There is
I'm ready to listen. I'm ready to listen to the
there is
challenge.
nothing I think that we could agree on this. There's nothing, Mike, that's out there that's less lucky, because I'm trying to decide if there's something less lucky than you. So the viewer sent this in. They said if there's anything that's unlucky as Mike in its existence, it would be a piece of toilet paper. Because why? A piece of toilet paper goes up your ass, it white gets boogers, everything else. So that's not the good part. The good part is this listener suggested that I to see who's luckier, you or a piece of toilet paper that will be in somebody's ass soon is luckier. How would you do that? Of course, the piece of toilet paper can't talk, you say. But I do have a nickel on me. And what I'm going to do today, everybody, is I'm going to flip this coin. Mike is going to call it, and we're going to see if he is less lucky than a piece of toilet paper that is going to be in someone's ass later on. You would figure, no chance. Mike can't be unluckier than something that's going to be in somebody's hairy man ass. But I am here. We're going to test it today. It's like Mythbusters, Mike. This is like Mythbusters. And I'm going to flip this coin. Before I flip it, I'm going to have Mike tell me what he wants it to be. That way it avoids any kind of confusion. But we will be fair and square. I want to see Mike. We're testing it out today on the show. If you're tuning in, you're catching something. You're catching a scientific anomaly here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to see if this piece of toilet paper is luckier than Mike, which will be in a hairy man ass here pretty soon, a little bit right after the show, as a matter of fact. So, Mike, do you prefer on the nickel? Do you prefer the head or the tail?
Gonna go tails. Tails never fails. Let's
go. Tails never fails.
Touch.
So this is what it comes down to. This is obviously encouraged by the luck that Mike has had this weekend in the NFL picks. I am testing to see if he is luckier than a piece of toilet paper that will be in hairy man ass within the hour. All right, Mike, you did choose tails. Is that correct? I want to make it clear. This isn't Jerome Bettis. This isn't Detroit. You chose tails.
Tails never fails.
Tails never fails. We have it well documented now that we both spoke it aloud. And here we go. If it lands on tails, Mike is luckier than a piece of toilet paper. But if it does not, he is unluckier than a piece of toilet paper that will be in hairy man ass real soon. So here we go. Mike, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Toilet paper, are you ready? All right. He's ready. So here we go. You pick tails?
Yeah.
It's tails. You were luckier, Mike. You were luckier, surprisingly, than this piece of toilet paper that will be in my hairy man ass after this show is over. So there you go, Mike. You could feel a little bit better about yourself. You could stop being as depressed as you were.
No, I'm still very depressed.
And start to celebrate because you could have been unluckier than something that's going to be in my ass soon. So
I got that going for me, which is nice, I guess. I'm luckier than a piece of toilet paper.
You are luckier than a piece of toilet paper, but it's still up to question if you will be luckier than this piece of cheese.
That fucking face on that cheese. I can't stop, dude. Every time I see it, oh my God.
So from Mike's terrible luck, we can start the show. Welcome to the Two Dum Yinzers. This is episode 208. Also, everybody, we can't forget, today is...
Madam, I request that you immediately send me pictures detailing your beautiful bosom in support of the national holiday known as Titty Tuesday.
Happy Titty Tuesday, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. What's up, Mike?
What up, homie? I'm no longer depressed. I am more luckier than a piece of toilet paper. I got, everything's coming up Millhouse now, boys.
I tell you what, I'd like to do the coin toss after it has the shit on it, and then see who's luckier.
Because knowing you'd parade it around the show.
I would parade it around.
Yeah,
I'd put it over in your seat.
Ugh, disgusting.
I would tape it to the back of your chair and then point the camera at it throughout the show to keep flashing.
That's fucked up. You stay away from my chair. I love this chair. It swivels. I got my foot straight.
Oh, spin around. Let us see the chair. You got the brand new chair, huh? Spin the other way. Well, spin away that I can see it. There. Wow. Look, it has like a pillow on it.
It does too.
Look at you. That must have cost a fortune.
It did. No, you just keep talking. I'm going to rush to take a nap.
Mike is going to take a nap. Everybody, we do. Last night we had the last day of football of the week. Monday night football. It was the Patriots at Arizona. Mike, I've never seen I can't lie. I've seen plenty of boring games, but this game didn't disappoint. Was very boring. Colt McCoy was playing quarterback. At one point, when James Conner scored a touchdown, I was going to text you and say, "Hey, your boy James Conner is keeping you in this bet," but I didn't, and ultimately it didn't matter because we pulled it off.
Fuck James Conner. He hates me. He knows he hates me. He knows why he hates me. I know why I hate him, and he did it out of spite. It should be looked into by the league as to why he lost, why he held it against me.
I agree. I agree. Mike, so that was the week in football. The Pittsburgh Steelers, we of course go down to play the Carolina Panthers this coming weekend, and a team that's had its share of problems. They brought it together a little last week, but still they're not a great team. We could I think that we're going to win this game. Mike, my question is this. What are we? What's our record? 5-8?
Yes, sir.
So if we win out, we will be Mike Tomlin will have his
9-8,
his record extended. Which, you know what, it's just that second Baltimore Ravens game. I just think that it's going to be a different game. I think the beating Carolina and the Raiders are totally doable. I think beating the Browns in a meaningless game at the end of the year can be doable. But the Ravens game is the game that scares me, and I believe that will be the game that cuts into Mike Tomlin's career. His career record, which, I don't think he cares much. It's more of a fan thing than, anything that he would care about. He's obviously very successful, but I would like to see it happen. But in order for it to happen, the Steelers do have to win the final 4 remaining games, which I think
they either win 2 or none.
Now, here's the thing. They were talked about finally being in the hunt last week for the playoffs. And, here's the thing. And they think it was going to happen, and I know it isn't going to happen. But here's the thing: they took them off the chart. But then this morning I was watching ESPN, and they are back on the chart. So here's what I take.
It's random and capricious.
If they win every game, which they're not going to, and they need like 50 things to happen. So
they need a lot of help.
Yeah. So, they need teams to lose. They need teams to win. When you're depending on other teams, you might as well just kind of get it out of your head and just do what you can do and play football. And they, and these 2 games are the 2 games that you want now, because they can, like I said, string a couple wins together, maybe, probably, hopefully. And then that's the right amount of time. You can kind of see how everything else is playing out. We might be eliminated by the time the playoff before the game with the Ravens comes around. So it won't even matter. But these next 2 games, they just need to win. They need to win. And I think if they win these 2, that kind of guarantees them for a season that wasn't a total disaster, which it could have very well been, finishing with 2, 3, 4, 5 wins. You get 7 wins. You're close to 500. I think that that they could salvage this season, Mike, for what it's worth, and not be embarrassed when it's over. As far as their play goes, there's a lot of things to be embarrassed about. There was a lot of talk in Pittsburgh yesterday. The defense is coming out and basically saying, listen, we knew they were going to run. Everybody knew they were going to run. Everybody in the stadium knew they were going to run, and we just couldn't stop them. Minka Fitzpatrick said that it was frustrating, Mike, because they couldn't stop them. And also
he was frustrated because he had to tackle everyone.
Yeah. That's a shame when a team is running all game against you and your free safety is the one that has most tackles. Yeah. That's crazy. And also Cam Hayward takes the blame for J.K. Dobbins' 44-yard run. Cam's finally taking the blame. He's coming out and saying, you know what?
First time for everything.
He said he was trying to do too much, was his
How about just try and do your job? Because you haven't even done that, let alone try and do more.
Yeah.
The only person on the defense who is doing more is Minka. He's all over the flipping place. Maybe do your job first, Cam.
Yeah. When I look around the league, there's a lot of tackles out there that aren't as big and they don't take up as much space as Cam. I just wish Cam did a little bit more with his size, with his abilities. You know what I mean? You're not Casey Hampton. You're not in the middle to entirely stuff up the holes. So, I would like to see more from Cam. I would like to see, another 2-3 tackles a game for him, maybe another sack every now and then. I mean, batting a ball down maybe once a week. There are guys on the defensive line in this league that do those things, and they're not
Yeah.
even considered the greatest defensive lineman in the league. So these
Yeah.
are things that I would expect from Cam Hayward moving forward.
He's the king of gab, man. He's gonna fluke himself into maybe another 7, 8, 9 sack season just by the amount of pressure that everyone else gets, and he just going to eventually fall on someone. We've seen that. He just falls on people, and people, Cam Hayward with the great tackles. He was already being tackled. He's just the first recognizable name you see coming off the pile.
That was me. When I played,
he was like the Junior Seau of this generation. Just
I would
around the
always
ball
do
gets
that.
credit.
If there was somebody who would get tackled, I would always come over right when it was over, jump on the pile at the very end of the play. I'm sure I didn't get credited for anything, but it made me look like I was involved.
There you go. Yeah, I'm sorry, Cam. It's just Casey Hampton affected the run game. Yeah, he was the nose tackle. But oh my God, we've had other ends throughout this that affected the run game more effective than he has. He doesn't even take. It only takes one guy to block him anymore. The past 3 seasons, it only takes one person to block him anymore.
Yeah. It's kind of a laziness to his play. I don't want to say he's a lazy guy because he's in the NFL, but
he's old and overrated.
And like I said, if he had a little bit more skill to go with that size to be able to maneuver.
Come on now, he's as good as Aaron Donald. Just ask him; he'll tell you.
Yeah. Mike, the Steelers' offensive line is now ranked 11th in the league, which is a huge upgrade from the beginning of the season.
Yes,
where we were at the very bottom of the pile. I am proud to say that I'm excited, Mike. I'm excited about the offensive line on this team. I think that they did wonderful so far this year. The way they came along, the way they improved, and the way they allowed the run game all the way up until last game to really open up after the bye, and so we could be productive on the ground. Hopefully they continue to do that. So, do that for the next 4 games. And hopefully the coaches kind of work toward our strengths moving forward instead of what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I do appreciate
I just hope we, with that first pick, if the best left tackle sitting there, just grab him. Dan Moore has had 9, 10 penalties already. He's leading the league. Get a better left tackle, get a better left guard. Just start to improve that. You have to improve that line. I'm sorry. The numbers say one thing, but you put on you watch them play. It's how are they ranked that well? Is what I want to know.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of bad teams, but
they have improved. Would as low as they were coming into this season, the way they played in the preseason, there's not much lower you could go. But I didn't think they'd be people would say they're that high. But
right.
I do give this line credit that they're one of the few, if only unit, just have all 5 guys play every single game.
Yeah.
Start every single game. You have people going out for an injury here or there, but they've consistency, man. Consistency is key on any offensive line. But I would still address it in the offseason. If you can upgrade any of those positions, I would. I don't think you really can for right guard. Any other position, upgrade.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you, Mike. This is going to be a busy draft. You hope that they make it a good one. I mean, we have the extra picks, and
we finally don't have Kevin Colbert drafting stupid picks.
And I think I said, what was it last night? We're right now sitting at the 11th or 12th pick.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. It's getting worse for us though because
just keep dropping down. Keep losing.
Yeah,
keep losing. You get better and better in that draft.
And the Bears too, right?
Yeah, we need the Bears to keep losing because we will get their second round pick. And oh my God, let me see where we at in the NFL standings. Chicago right now, we would have Chicago owns the number 2 pick in the draft, so we would have the 34th pick overall.
So we'd be 12 and 34 right now. Obviously it's down a little bit from where we were.
Not bad though.
But
actually, no, maybe 33. I think a team had a forfeit pick this year.
I think you're right.
If I remember correctly,
it was a good team too.
Yeah. So we would have that's an even better pick right there.
Well, the league is bottom heavy. I mean, top heavy this year, Mike. I like I said, you have 4 good teams, and then you have the rest of the league. There's a lot of bad teams out there. There's a
team in the middle, and then there's some bad teams.
Yeah.
Hey, Pittsburgh, we're on the cusp of being in the middle.
Yeah.
That shit happens. That's what happens when you've been, good or competitive for a long time. It's bound to happen. It's bound to happen.
And to be sitting in the middle, I guess we're kind of lucky. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're just we're about
A couple good things, Mike, that you could take away from the Ravens game, if you will. The DB for the Ravens,
yes,
Marlon Humphreys.
yes, I saw this.
He's going on and on about George Pickens.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's something that everybody knows already. I mean, everybody here knows about George.
Yes,
But he just goes on and on to compliment him, tell him that basically he was exposing me. He was open a lot because
he
I
beat
was
me
having a hard time.
every play.
Yeah,
he got that dog in him.
got the dog in him. So knowing the Ravens, they don't. They're usually
they don't sing praises a whole lot.
So that's remained to be seen. However, Mike, do you believe? I seen a question that I guess it's crossed our minds through the season. But do you think, Mike, 4 games left in this season, will the $18 million man catch a touchdown pass? I mean, our tight ends catching an array of them. Pickens caught. Najee caught touchdowns. I think even Derek Watt. But is our $18 million receiver going to go through this season without a single touchdown receiving? And it might be Mason Rudolph throwing it to him this week. So I mean,
if Mason or Mitch is in there, I could see him getting a touchdown. If it's Kenny the rest of the way, I don't think so.
Oh wow! Wouldn't it be amazing?
Because of the way Kenny's managing the game, playing it safe, close to this. The other two are like, "Fuck it, man, we're going out in the blaze of glory."
Yeah, and that's what Kenny has to do coming out. We have to. One of two things. He either has to go with what works, which we were doing. We're slowly working into something that worked, applying the run game around Kenny and working through it. Or, like Mike said, just go down in a blaze of glory. I think at some point, if you don't do it in these next 2 games, because there may be possibly the idea of something on the line, and they're going to, the coaches are going to want to appease the fans. But I say Baltimore, you don't not let him play against Baltimore. He has to play against Baltimore next time in Baltimore, and he has to play that Cleveland game. And I say he goes out in that Cleveland game and throws the ball 60 times. I'm just saying
that's a bit extreme, but I get what you're saying. It is a bit
extreme, but you see what I'm saying. And let him.
So you just want to abandon the run now?
So if he's gonna fail, I want him to fail. I want to, but he's gonna have to learn from it. If he's gonna succeed, I also want.
I understand why they're doing it the way they're doing it with him, but you don't. This team isn't the greatest team around, and they know that. So you got to manage the game. But when you draft someone in the first round, you're not drafting a game manager. You should be drafting someone who can go in there and either ball out right away or, have that up and down season where you see those flashes and you see the mistakes that you go, okay, that's a true rookie mistake. That's just not someone who doesn't have the ability. You have to let them go out there and play. Absolutely. But I understand why they're doing it because, you do want to win and, you don't want to put too much on your rookie quarterback, but there comes a time when you've got to let them play.
Those last 2 games, I would go, semi how we were going, through to this point in these next 2. I would try to salvage a couple wins, and then after that, I would go into Baltimore and Cleveland, and just let them go out there and throw the ball around. You have to, you can't go through this whole entire first rookie season without letting them throw the ball.
Because he's not that good. That's a perfect way to end that set.
I just.
I'm sorry. It is going to be interesting.
They have to let them go out and make mistakes. You don't get better. What happened when you rode your bike the first time? You fell off. That's the equivalent of an interception. Then the next time, 2 or 3 times later, you fell off again. So you're doing it a couple more times without throwing an interception. And then you go a week without falling. So maybe you had a good streak without throwing interceptions. But at some point, you have to just let them get on that bike and take the fuck off. Yeah. And if they fall, they fall. If they get up, but they teach themselves how to handle, how to rebound, and how to become a better bike rider. And in this case, a quarterback. So I do think that they should play the hell out of Kenny these next few weeks. And after about 2 of them, just say fuck it. And say that's what it's about. It's all about getting out and getting game real time experience. You're playing Baltimore in Baltimore, a hungry team that's I don't even want to say getting hot at the right time because this Baltimore team, like they're not too convincing.
No, they're not.
If somebody comes into the playoffs and takes Lamar out of the game and a sense of strategy or whatnot, game plan, they really have nothing.
No, I saw something somewhere. Someone's like, here's the truth we learned after this season. One of them was Baltimore keeps finding a way to win without Lamar, so that means they shouldn't pay him what he wants. No, you're barely winning the game.
Yeah. You barely beat the Steelers, who's the worst team in the league, arguably.
Yeah. Jesus.
You're not going to beat three or four good teams in a row.
No, I'm sorry. Richard Huntley is not going to go into Kansas City. Yeah,
Buffalo.
he's not going to lead you to victory over those quarterbacks.
No.
Wouldn't even trust him against the Jets.
Yeah. Mike, a couple things here. Baker Mayfield. Now he's got the nod. He got the nod for the Rams coming up this week.
Ooh.
I think that's interesting. I'm getting Baker fever.
They got a pill for that.
You know, one thing that I thought was really cool, because I don't know, I like this, but I liked when he was going, or he does this all the time when he goes and he headbutts the guys that have helmets on. See, now it's pretty stupid. And but you know what? It's fiery.
That has Gus Frerotte energy.
I know. If you can go without knocking yourself out, there's a certain fire. There's a certain energy to it that I think players and teammates could build off of. I got Baker fever. I'm going to be rooting for the Rams the rest of the way. I know they have zero chance, so that's why I'll do so. And because the Steelers aren't doing so great, so I'm going to kind of keep my eye. I'm going to keep my eye on that situation.
Yes, so am I. I'm definitely rooting for them, because if they keep winning, that's going to help, and Steelers keep losing, that's going to help us out.
Yes.
Yeah. So like us beating the Colts, that kind of fucked up the draft order. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, were doing.
They're right above us, and
Mike, the Dallas Cowboys signed free agent wide receiver T.Y. Hilton. We spoke about this before the show briefly. Do you think this is going to be a big boost, or is this just you know what? It's a guy who has a name. Let's get him in here and hope for the best.
It's kind of like someone who's had past success. So let's kick the tires on him, see what's going on. He is what he is at this point. He hasn't played at all this year. He played 10 games last year. He only had 23 catches, 331 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Looks like his average for touchdowns per year high is 7, low before last year was 4, bunch of 5s and 6s. So he touchdown wise, he was there, but receptions and yardage wise was way down. But if it's someone who can come in and add I don't want to say a little spark, but just someone who still has still a little bit left in the tank, that's going to help you out. Someone who he's played good ball throughout his career. He was went to the Pro Bowl for 3 years in a row, I believe.
Yeah, with the Colts, he was
doing
pretty well.
So give him a try. What's the worst that can happen? I don't think he's going to kill you if he's out there and playing. I just, it's not the Odell Beckham that you thought you were going to get. You're like, I'm going to add Odell Beckham to this group with CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup. It'd be a nice little team there.
Yeah.
But hey, they also got James Washington back. He's healthy, baby.
Good James Washington. It's time to make that run. It's time to get ready to.
Yeah, he had 1 target last week, 0 catches, but no.
People said that it would be an interesting NFC Championship, the Eagles versus the Cowboys. I don't think that the Cowboys are going to be there. I think it's going to be San Francisco. I think the Cowboys are good, but I don't really.
Cowboys defense, man, Micah Parsons, man, he is just all over that front 7.
Really?
Oh God, they put him in edge. He'll line up a D tackle every once in a while, inside linebacker, outside linebacker. Dude, he's just all over the place.
All right,
wrecking havoc. But I
tell you what, that San Francisco defense is really impressive
good
as well.
Too, yes, it's
plus
some really good
players
defenses
on
out
offense. And the rookie what's is Jimmy G. What's his injury? Is he out?
It's an ankle injury. I believe he is done for the year. If I remember correctly.
I didn't know that. That's a hit.
Let me pull it up. here. Who am I looking for? Jimmy G.
I mean, of course, Brock Purdy has been, filling in quite delightfully.
Yeah, it just says out. I'm pretty sure it was an ankle injury that he's out for.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's that.
Well, he's not. Yeah, he's not.
He's
they're not going to place him
quarterback.
Yeah, It's highly unlikely he will play again. Highly unlikely. They have not officially placed him on IR, but you can
So
say
if you're rooting for the San Francisco 49ers or following them, you
Motherfucking
got to jump on
Purdy.
the Purdy train because
Brock motherfucking Purdy, who's looking like the best quarterback out of this draft this year.
hey, he's looking. Let's just see how this season plays
Mr.
out.
Irrelevant. Mr.
He might end
Irrelevant.
up in the Super Bowl, and we could talk even more about him. So
Wouldn't that be
well,
wild?
that would be
Mr.
crazy.
Irrelevant. He'd be the modern day Tom Brady.
Yeah, yeah. Mike, let's hop over to hockey. Hockey back on the ice last night. The Penguins, who were on a 6-game winning streak, 6 games. Mike, they beat the Stars. The Stars come to town. They win 2-1. Malkin scores with under a minute left to win the game. The Pittsburgh Penguins are now 17-8-4, sitting there with 38 points, second place in the Metro Division, only behind the Devils.
They're flying up the board. Like not too long ago, they were almost at the bottom of the division, and now sitting at second place.
Yeah, you know what, this Penguin team, and you know what, most Penguin teams that I've always noticed, they're streaky through the course of their seasons. There's times that they have long win streaks, but there's also times they have long losing streaks. And this is I don't follow every hockey team, but I know this is something that we generally go through every year.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Penguins are going to be all right. We are, let's see, about 28, 29, 30, almost 30 games in. So, you're more than a third of the way there this season, Mike. It's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting as long as they can keep it on the up and up. And I think that Crosby has it in him this year. I don't know, man. Maybe these old guys can make a decent run.
I think they have it in them. Jari's playing very, very well. He's just lights out right now.
He really is. Who do they have this coming after this game, Mike?
I
thought that I had it.
I have Panthers. Yeah, Florida Panthers.
Okay, so they go down. They go down there, correct? They play Florida down there.
Yes.
Okay. Florida, they ain't any good, are they?
Hold on. Let me pull up the stats. Florida. Last time I checked that, I didn't think they were that bad. Ooh, who am I looking for? Florida Panthers. Ooh, actually, yeah, they are bad this year. They are 13, 12, and 4.
We will take it. We will take it.
I thought they were going to be a little bit better this year.
Mike, the Penguins are 13-2-2 in their last 17 games.
That's insane.
That's especially they had that really good start as well. Remember, they started the season, they scored 6 points in like 4 of their first 6 games or something, and the streak that they went down on, but now, like I said, they are on their way back up, so that's encouraging. With the Steelers season starting to tail off, getting close to the home stretch in the NFL. It's a good thing to see that our hockey team is playing really well.
It is too. We need that boost. We need an organization that can win. That's what Pittsburgh is. Pittsburgh is a front-running town. We see that with the Steelers. You will be getting great tickets for a cheap price.
Yeah. Finally, Mike, as far as the Penguins go, Mike Sullivan moves into a tie for 8th most wins through 700 games. Yes, he has 700 games coaching the NHL. It's 384. Mike, he has 384 in 700 games, and he's tied with David Tippett. So there he is.
Tippett, that's a name I haven't heard of in a long time.
I tell you what, all Mike Sullivan does is win. You know what I mean?
All Mike Sullivan does is win with other coach players.
Yeah, I guess, but I don't know anything about that. All I know is ever since he's been here, we've been playing really good hockey.
He's a good coach, man. You just got to play that same style every game.
Yeah.
Speed. You're skating slow, skate faster, boys.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I do like Sully. I like giving him a hard time, but he's hard to give a hard time to.
Yeah, I know.
You can't argue with the success that Sully has had.
Absolutely, man. I loved him ever since he's got here. Mike, I do believe the NBA is going to be renaming their MVP trophy after Michael Jordan. I read.
Boo!
I think that's pretty cool.
Name it after Kobe.
I think
that after the Black Mamba.
All these years, you have these awards that are named after these guys that you really don't even know anymore. You know that they were good in all sports. Jerry West obviously is the symbol on the NBA symbol. So if you want to bring it a little bit more modern, why not go Jordan? Michael Jordan, they are saying, will be having his name tied to the renaming of the NBA MVP trophy.
It should be, or put it after Kareem. Kareem has the actually who LeBron has the most points now because that's what people always want to go by. They want to go by the most points in sports. Name it the LeBron James Trophy.
He's still playing, so I think you'd want to go after.
What a better honor for the leading scorer in NBA history. I'm just trying to stir shit today just to make myself happy. And it's not working. Make myself even more depressed because, LeBron's going bald. Kobe's dead.
You're playing cheese.
Fuck you. Fuck that piece of cheese.
Oh, wait.
Actually, I want that piece of cheese just to be the thumbnail today.
Okay. Dummy said.
Oh, no, you do what the dummy says. You do it.
He just requested that I do that for you. He said that there was nothing that you could find to start a argument or debate about. He whispered, said, "Play my music." So
you second rate Al Snow. And which one? Okay, this is totally random. Like I'm at work, and one of the trucks that we have, we load trucks, and they're named different things, so you know where to put them. One of them is named Head, and I was just pushing a box, going head, picturing Al Snow, and then it's
shaking that head.
Yeah, and then there you are today with the fucking head just sitting there like Al Snow.
I did not put that there. That is all on the dummy.
Oh, the dummy just walked back there by himself.
He did. He
enough.
did. Mike, I believe that it is now time for Tuesdays.
The news.
Mike, West Virginia woman says she was injured after eating a McDonald's quarter pounder. Yes, a McDonald's quarter pounder. She ate it. There was a metal washer that you would put in with a screw and a nut when you're doing construction in her quarter pounder. She broke all of her teeth out, got all kind of injuries, and she may have even swallowed it. I don't even recall reading what happened ultimately. McDonald's, they refused to comment, and they said that they will not look into doing any kind of what do they call that, where they pass out money to shut you up?
Hush money.
Hush money. They said they're not going to get involved in anything like that because they're not convinced that this washer was inside their cheeseburger. So she is probably going to continue to push and get it into court and things like that. But she did, in fact, she apparently ate a washer in her quarter pounder.
You know what? It wouldn't put it past me. McDonald's is the place that company that dragged that lady's name through the mud with the coffee that they knew was too hot to begin with. And, they probably have information that, they really did have a washer in there, and they're just going to like, no, we're going to not do this. But you know what? That will not stop me from eating. What did she get? A double quarter pounder?
Quarter pounder with cheese.
Quarter pounder with cheese. That's why I always go with the double quarter pounder. So it lessens. You have extra meat in there to lessen.
Yeah, in case there is any metal in there.
Yeah, this lady did not think. I'm starting to second guess this now. I might have to go back up.
Not a big fan of that lady in her stories, her tales. Well, hopefully, if it was in the,
if it was in there, you sue those fuckers to the ground. Yeah. I got you, fam. If not, leave McDonald's alone.
You see this all the time with the lady with the chicken head. We spoke about this before. The chicken head and her chicken nuggets. There's literally no way that there could be a chicken head in your chicken McNuggets just because of the way that the food is processed. It's impossible. And the lady kept going on saying that there was a chicken head in her chicken McNuggets, and she pursued her lawsuit. I think she even got something little out of it. But fact of the matter is, Mike, the people have had issues at McDonald's before.
I will. You know what? McDonald's, give me some hush money. I won't talk shit on you anymore.
Freed Russian arm dealer Victor Bout says he wholeheartedly supports the Ukraine war and will volunteer if he can.
Shit, dude, volunteer, go out there and get shot.
So this dude we just released is ready to get back out in the field. And
the thing is, he was just an arms dealer. You have to travel around the world to do all that stuff, and you can't now. People, all these other countries want to arrest you anyway to begin with, and so he's going to be stuck to sitting in Russia. My man's on house arrest.
Yeah.
Thinking he's going to go out there
or
and
he
stuff.
could go to the border and Well, anyway, apparently the people in Ukraine are reporting that, or Russia is actually running out. Like they are running out. We talked about this, where they're running out of ammunition, and they are now using ammunition that is 40 years old, because they are in fact running out of ammunition.
I love it. I love it.
The
It's
Russians.
so. How do you run out of? You plan for a war and you run out of ammo.
I don't think that they thought it was going to be this complicated and complex and,
They
and
did it.
long.
They thought they were going to steamroll these guys, and first they were like, no, and then NATO was like, no, we ain't let that happen, fam. Not on our watch.
One that I thought was funny, like Elon gets viciously booed at the Dave Chappelle show. Elon says 90% were cheers for him, but everybody else is reporting otherwise. Mike, what's the deal with what was that? What the hell's Elon doing there anyway? And what's Dave Chappelle bringing him up on stage?
They brought him out. I don't know why he brought him out. He introduced him as the richest man in the world, and he got booed relentlessly throughout the entire ordeal. And he's a big baby.
Were they booing Dave as well, or just Elon?
I think just Elon.
Okay, good. Janitor laid off at the Twitter headquarters. One of Elon's team members told him that he'd been replaced by robots. Mike, one of the janitors at Twitter headquarters
was replaced by a robot.
Yeah, which doesn't surprise me. I think that if anybody would be replaced by robots immediately, it would be something like a janitor position, right?
I wouldn't know, man. I want the janitor there because they're the ones who know everything that's going on in the building,
and they always got good jokes.
Yeah, they know what's up, man. And I trust them to fucking clean the shit better than a goddamn robot because they're going to use the same facilities as everyone else. They want to walk into a clean environment too. They're like, fuck yeah. Like, nah. But Elon would put that robot in there to spy on people.
Yeah.
That's
he wants
all
everything to be robot. What the fuck's his problem? Why does he want everybody to be? He wants everything to be a robot.
Because he's a robot. Because he knows people really don't like him, and he's like, robots are going to like me.
Yeah. Maybe people will like me if I make robots.
Exactly. And he's finding out people really don't like him.
Finally, one more Elon story from the news, Mike. Elon's Neuralink staff claims his demand to rush brain implant chips led to needless deaths of thousands of animals.
I saw that a bunch of lab mice, and he might be under investigation for animal cruelty.
Well, he just can't. And the thing about him, like a lot of the time, these celebrity types, these people that everybody knows, they can't stay out of the news. His shit is just so bizarre. He always is the most bizarre story in there.
Yeah, it's for the dumbest shit too.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
Come from anyway? Who the fuck is this guy?
He's just a moron.
One day, people start talking about Elon Musk.
Yeah,
the Tesla guy.
Yeah, he hasn't invented everything. He just buys everything and says, "I'm the inventor of."
Yeah.
No, you ain't. Get the fuck out of here. You apartheid, benefit of apartheid, emerald mines or whatever.
Yeah.
Come after me, Elon. Bring it, bitch. Bring it.
Like, I don't know. I have this as a side note as I'm finishing up my Elon because we had the McDonald's story prior to that. I don't know what the contest is, but I've seen this multiple times. Mike, win free McDonald's for a life contest?
Oh, hold on. This is right up my alley. Shit, man. You a fat guy for McDonald's for life? Here, okay, hold on.
Win free McDonald's for life contest. Do you have to do anything, or is it just a sweepstakes? Is it? Could you imagine? I mean, your life would probably be shortened.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Maybe that's the thinking. We'll stuff them with French fries and burgers, and they'll die early.
Okay, customers who have the McDonald's app on their phone and are enrolled in the My McDonald's Rewards program will receive an entry to the sweepstakes each time they make a purchase during the duration of the contest, December 5th to the 25th, up to once per day. To enter the contest without making a purchase, entrants can visit. There's a link that they can go to. You provide your email address, phone number, and date of birth.
Mike, they're really making us some cool things for this app. I've noticed because last week, remember, if you went and picked it up with an app order and you went and picked up your food, it was $1 double McDoubles. This week, I'm finding out that there's a contest to have free McDonald's for life. So they're really pushing the app. That's seems to be the
Yeah,
catalyst on all these contests. And
yeah, like everyone's like pushing apps on everything, but
yeah,
apparently, like Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, and Rob Lowe have the McDonald's Gold Card. You get one free meal a week.
yeah.
That's fucking badass.
Ain't that crazy? You got to be a billionaire to get a free meal from McDonald's a week.
Right? We have all these, poor and starving people in America. Fuck them. Oh, you rich? You got more money than you ever need? Here you go. Here's some free shit.
Yeah. Spike strips were used to stop a stolen Pittsburgh ambulance. Mike, somebody stole an ambulance. I used to think, yeah, you used to think these kind of things were kind of off base. You just didn't do that. You don't steal, but the people stealing these police cars and running. Now the people with the ambulance.
Just, you have to get it to the chop and shop, hide in there for 30 seconds, get the new paint job,
Yeah.
go get your hair cut. Dude, 5 stars are gone. Amateurs out here. It's amateur hour. Like, why would you want to take an ambulance on a joyride?
And here's the thing: you're not gonna. I mean, what are
You're not
you
gonna make it.
doing?
They're gonna find you.
Yeah. It's a big huge box that makes loud sounds and has lights flashing everywhere. Yeah, that's going to be real difficult to track down.
Yeah, like I get it. You want to get through traffic quick, but there's got to be better ways.
Yeah, fuck.
Like the ambulance. Once again, people, there's no song that says "fuck the ambulance," fuck the firefighters, fuck the police. Steal the police car. Live up to the song.
Imagine if there was
I'm
somebody.
not advocating or supporting.
What if there was somebody in the back of the ambulance, like waiting?
That would suck. You're
Man.
just sitting there, like hopefully it was like a non-life-threatening emergency. You're just like, what the fuck's going on here, guys?
Like one of these people that just call because they're hypochondriacs and they think that there's something wrong with them.
Like it just had like a panic attack. It's like something to get to that hospital quicker. But if you call an ambulance to get the hospital quicker, you must have some money because those things.
Do you talk to the guy? Yeah. You know what I mean? Do you?
I would like, hey fam, help me out back here. You seem like an upstanding citizen.
I obviously have nothing to do with this. I don't, I am not a police officer.
Or someone like in the back who like tried to commit suicide. And they brought him back. He's like, "Hey man, just finish the job."
Yeah,
you're already going to jail for Grand Theft Auto and whatever else. Might as well just add a murder to it.
Can you imagine being like, Can you imagine being the driver and you're trying to get away and you just hear the guy in the back going, "Hey, dude, hey, man," and he's trying to talk to you.
I'd freak the fuck out.
I'd close that little window.
I call the police. Yo, man, I saw this fucking thing and there's a guy back here. He's just chilling, taking a nap.
Yeah. Mike, finally in the news. A 500-pound bear repeatedly steals candy from a California gas station. Now, apparently what happens is he walks in, they keep the door open like most places do.
Yeah.
In California, it gets warm in the summertime. And this 500-pound bear, Mike, keeps making his way into the gas station and stealing candy.
I like it. I like this bear. This bear knows what's up. He knows no one's going to stop him.
Yeah.
Imagine being he was watching some Yogi Berra, and he's like, yeah,
doing
man.
Somebody's lottery. There comes the big 500-pound bear and just goes and grabs the candy and leaves.
As long as he's just grabbing candy, not, killing anyone. Fuck it.
Yeah.
He's a cool bear.
That is a cool bear.
Speaking of bears, there's a movie coming out we have to see. It's called like Cocaine Bear.
Yes, I heard about Cocaine Bear.
Now, I wonder if I haven't read anything about the movie, but I know in the 80s or something, like some bear like ate a shit ton of cocaine and went crazy. I'm hoping it's loosely based on this bear.
Yeah, I definitely want to check that out. Also, Mike, the show that everyone's going on and on about is the Wednesday Addams on Netflix.
Yeah, I have not yet seen that. I want to watch it. Anything with the Addams Family. God, I remember watching that, old reruns on Nick at Night. I remember the movies that came out. It was great.
Yeah.
But Cocaine Bear is a film inspired by the real story of a 175-pound black bear that died after ingesting a duffel bag full of cocaine in December 1985.
Wow.
This is what I am talking about. This is like in my wheelhouse right here. The absurd. I love it.
I would like to see a bear act, how a bear would act
on cocaine.
Yeah.
I think we need to get that 500-pound bear on cocaine because he sounds like he might be a little overweight. and you get him on some cocaine. No, wait, no, there are fat people on cocaine. I was like, you never see fat people on cocaine. Maybe we need to get him a little smack, put him on a little heroin, slim him down just a little bit.
Yeah. But that, everybody, is today's.
Oh. The news.
I think what we're gonna do, Mike, is the month ends out. Is it we're in between the Christmas and New Year's week.
Mm-hmm.
I think what we're gonna do, let's create something for the show where we kind of do some, best moments of the year, like things that we could think of, our favorites, like Mike's favorite moments of the year, Mike's least favorite moments of the year, your favorite guests, something that might have been embarrassing. And I think that
all my favorite moments of the year are gonna be every time a celebrity dies. Just like shit, yeah, man. There's an episode.
So what we'll do in the next few weeks, Mike, kind of just take notes to yourself. And that way, as the month starts rounding out and we're just kind of doing some fun things like that, we will talk about our favorites, the best of, the worst of, the most embarrassing, favorite
I already
guest.
know the most embarrassing for me.
Keep it to yourself.
I didn't. Did I say shit? No.
I could think of a handful for you as well, so I can only imagine.
Yeah, I'm thinking about more and more now that I think about it.
Also, everybody, I do want to say we will not be on tomorrow. Mike is involved with his work, and they are very, very busy this time of year. So tomorrow we will not be on, but we will be back Thursday and Friday.
Yes. So and next Wednesday as well.
So these next two Wednesdays, he's killing me with these days in December. I can't keep up with him.
Well, hey man, like you said though, we originally thought it'd be a lot more.
That's true.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind. Tomorrow we will not be live.
Day off.
But
my contract says I can take any day of the week off, and I've only taken a couple.
But you can always go and check out, many. We got 208 episodes plus a bunch of other things, so you could find all that in the meantime. But we will be back Thursday morning and Friday morning.
Yes. I don't know. Maybe if I'm feeling froggy, I'll repost something. I'm probably not. I'm probably gonna come in and pass out. But yeah, just a little teaser, to keep people clicking.
Yeah. Mike, why don't you go and tell everybody about the website?
Yeah, Cocaine Bear. I have gone off the rails. Ooh, rails, Cocaine Bear. I was wondering how long I can keep this going. There's the reaction I was looking for. Dumyinzers.com. It's the name of the website. Head on over there. Links to everything to Dum Yinzers there. YouTube, Spotify, Anchor. What else we got there? Insta, Facebook, Twitters. Everything you need at dumyinzers.com. The email address is there too as well.
And there you go, everybody. Check out the website. And also, we are live every day, Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Please keep continuing to check us out. We appreciate each and every one of you greatly. Also, this show, just like every other show, will go up this evening over on Spotify. So if you just want to check out the show in podcast form, you could do that over on Spotify. That will be at 8 o'clock this evening. Mike, I got some how well do you know your enemy? We got another Carolina Panther trivia for you today. Are you ready to try to knock out some Carolina Panther trivia?
Yes, right. I am ready.
All right, so here's what we're going to do, everybody. We're going to read the question about the Carolina Panthers. Mike is going to see if he can't answer it. All right, here we go. Are you ready? Who was, Mike, the Carolina Panthers' very first draft pick? Who was the Carolina Panthers' very first draft pick? And go.
I don't think it's him, but I just want to say Tim Biakabatuko. That's just a great name.
Tim Biakabatuko out of Michigan, running back.
Michigan. Great name. Oh, great name. I always liked him, but I hated him too, man, when we had to play against him.
Carolina, but yeah, that's right.
Damn.
All right, so pencils down. The question of the day is, who was Carolina Panthers' very first draft pick? And Mike says Tim Biakabatuka out of Michigan.
No. I just wanted to say his name. Oh, okay. I'm actually going to go with Kerry Collins.
Kerry Collins. Is that your final answer?
Yes.
All right, let's lock Mike in. Kerry Collins. All right, so there we go. Kerry Collins. The question of the day, one more time, everybody, for the Carolina Panthers. Who was the Carolina Panthers' very first draft pick? Mike says Kerry Collins, and that is, excuse me. That is correct.
All right.
Penn State. I knew you knew that. That's why I did bring that one up. I did ask you, figuring that you would think that it would be Kerry Collins, and it was. Yeah, Mike. So far, so good. You must be a in the closet Carolina Panthers fan.
I
from what
actually was back in the day. Like they were like my second team. They came out. I was like black and blue. Those colors.
Yeah.
That color scheme I always liked. The logo I liked.
When they
got
come out in
Kerry
95,
Collins.
both
It was like I was
were.
like, okay, that was my team. I don't want to make the joke, but I am Ray Caruth.
Well, when they first come out,
Oh god, that's terrible. Fuck that.
in
guy.
'95, both of those teams, the Jaguars and the Panthers,
Yes.
both had appealing colors. And I know that a lot of kids that were our age, they jumped on those bandwagons because the gear looked cool, you know?
The gear looked cool, and that was just like, you always need a second team to kind of follow, and why not take an expansion team? Expansion teams to me have always been fun. I love expansion teams. I love following them as they try and build a team, especially back then, man. They had like the worst time because they picked the worst of the worst players.
Yeah.
Jacksonville kind of got lucky
Yeah.
discovering Tony Baselli, Mark Brunell. But outside of that, man, you had no one to pick from, and those teams were fun to watch because they struggled.
It's like watching right. Well, Mike, do you have anything to say extra before we go ahead and take off for the day?
Fuck that dummy. I literally at work today, right? So it was me, Bootney.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the office, and our boss. Me and him are just sitting there. She's standing there behind me. That phone goes off. I look at it. I'm like, "Fuck that dummy!" She starts laughing. He just does one of these. He's just like looks over. He's giggling. He knows there's got to be a story. He's like, "What the hell?"
I couldn't believe it myself.
He's like, "What the hell is wrong with you?" It's like I lost NFL pick segment to a fucking dummy.
It's
like
true.
A legit dummy. And
that is very true. Mike, you were going to have that for the rest of your life.
You know what? I'm okay with that, man. I will carry that L with me all the time because it's fucking funny as fuck, man.
Well, at least he's keeping in good spirits.
Like you couldn't script this any better.
You really can't.
It was just like you
this
said,
is
man.
The worst luck I've ever seen in my life.
It was, man. It was a perfect storm of events because we talked about that yesterday after the show or on the show, like what was going to happen.
Yeah. And it all happened.
And it happened.
Yeah. It was like nothing that we could have did. It was you just watch the games and watch it play out. It was literally the shittiest luck. Yeah.
Fucking bullshit.
It's
great. I love it.
Have it, everybody. It looks like he is a little bit better spirits now. We don't
I
have
am
to
in better
worry about
spirits
him
now. The show gets me going, man. Doing this gets me going.
Well, that's a plus, my man. Well, hey, we wish you the best of luck. Next week you're going to be back in it. Hopefully you can pull it off. And
I hope so, man.
Competition's going to be stiff, but I have confidence in you, Mike.
I got something stiff. Wait, what?
Oh,
I'm just talking about my knees.
we do appreciate everybody. We want to thank everybody for watching the two Dum Yinzers. Again, Ryan, Mike, the piece of cheese.